Thank you so much. This is an amazing moment. I am deeply honored by the celebration and by receiving the honorary degree from Pomona College. This really is amazing to be back for this. This is a very, very special place. And thank you so much. And thank you for letting me be part of this joyous moment of our community and our academic commitment and our commitment to each other. So this is really an outstanding moment. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you, President Starr. Thank you to the Pomona College faculty, to the Board of Trustees. Greetings to the family and friends gathered here, and congratulations to the class of 2019. It is an honor and a delight to speak to you today. I stand before you as a proud Pomona alumna. Much has changed on campus, but the fundamentals remain the same. Yes, there are even more beautiful buildings. But as always, inside those beautiful buildings, professors and students strive for academic excellence. This is a special place. I formed deep, long-lasting friendships that have withstood time and distance. I grew up in Washington, D.C., but was eager to go west. I came to Pomona because in those days, yes, last century, in those days, Pomona was one of the few colleges to have a strong undergraduate international relations major. Through Pomona, I had life-changing experiences. Now at commencement, we look forward. But let me take you back to see the lens through which I view the future. I look back 3 decades to what was probably a chilly morning, a little bit like today, to a chilly morning, because I was not in Southern California. The student across the classroom asked the professor a question in French, and the professor responded in French. Another asked a question in English, and the professor replied in the same language. Students and the professor were equally fluent in both languages. I was impressed by the ways in which knowledge of another language enabled a rich and nuanced discussion. I was in Geneva in a Pomona College study abroad program. I was thrilled to be accepted and had worked hard to get there. Applicants had to meet a standard of excellence to be admitted because the participants were placed in an institution of graduate-level study. That semester, studying in Geneva sparked my interest in the tutorial system, which led me to Oxford for my graduate study and confirmed my interest in international organizations and confirmed that this was going to be an important part of my life and began my affection for that somberly elegant lakeside city, Geneva. Over the years, I've been back to Geneva at important points in my life. I was back in the year 2000 as a member of the United States delegation helping to negotiate a United Nations resolution on a right to democracy. By that time, I was married. Indeed, my husband and 3-year-old son accompanied me to Geneva for the multi-week session. As was the case so many times in my life, I could not have managed a career and family without the support of my dear husband, who's here today. Years later, when I was Assistant Secretary for International Organizations, the United States mission to the United Nations organizations in Geneva would be my bureau's largest post, even larger than New York. Indeed, my proudest single moment as a diplomat occurred in Geneva when I gave the first ever speech on behalf of the United States as an elected member of the new United Nations Human Rights Council in September 2009. Why was that important? Thank you. It was important because the United States was finally entering this important forum for the global discussion of human rights. The United States should not be absent from such significant international debates, even if the venue is imperfect. As you will soon hear, I think it is important to step up and speak up, not sit on the sidelines. Now, that leads me to 3 pieces of advice. Yes, I'm going to do things in threes. Yes, 3 pieces of advice I would like to offer today's graduates. The first was my father's advice to me: run with the swift. The second is give back. And the third is find your fun. So run with the swift. Now, my father, who was the commencement speaker at my 1983 Pomona graduation ceremony, wanted to instill the importance of learning from the best. I'm still trying to live up to that motto, but informed key decisions in my life. The idea behind Run with the Swift is that whatever you choose to do, you should try to learn from the best. Earlier in life, I focused on the latter part of that phrase, the swift. Obviously, I went to Pomona, an institution that, as you know, strives for excellence in undergraduate education. In those days, the undergraduate degree program in international relations was rare, but Pomona had the best. I continued to seek excellence in education and was honored to earn a master's and doctoral degrees from Oxford University. These days, I appreciate the importance of the first part of that phrase, run. It's run with the swift. It means you have to be in the race. You cannot sit on the sidelines. You have to commit to do those things that are important to you. Sometimes that means just jumping in. I remember asking a former boss and mentor, always ask for advice, always went to him for advice, in the fall of 2006. He queried a lacuna in my career. I had never worked for a political campaign. He asked me, did I care about politics? Which I did. Yet I had not participated in a campaign directly. He asked if I had a candidate whom I would support, which I did. He encouraged me to act on my convictions, which I did. I took a chance and volunteered for a young senator from Illinois, which turned out to be the best career decision I ever made. Eventually, I led one of the campaign policy groups and was later honored to serve in his presidential administration. However, this is actually not a party political appeal. It is a call to get involved in the best cohort of whatever you choose to do. Run with the swift. It can take you down a long path, but to a satisfying destination. Give back. My second point is find ways to give back. I recognize that I was very fortunate that my parents could give me a Pomona education, including education abroad. My father had studied abroad, and I hear that you're going on a Fulbright? Yes. Because my father was actually in the first group of Fulbright scholars in India in 1951. I know that studying abroad was a fundamental component of my education as a person and as a professional. I am thankful that my current job, that in this job I can help others experience the benefits of education abroad and of international education in general. As Executive Director and CEO of NAFSA, the Association of International Educators, I work with professionals in colleges and universities as part of my way of giving back by paying it forward to future students. But third, it's important to find your fun. Discover an activity that brings excitement, contentment, joy, or satisfaction to your life. Such fulfillment can come from a commitment to a lifelong passion. This is something beyond your job or your career. It may involve your family, but it's distinctive to you. For me, it's horses. I've enjoyed riding since I was 9 years old. I rode while I was at Pomona. I even rode when I was studying in Geneva. Yes, wearing my riding clothes, I would take the bus to the end of the line, then walk from there to the stable. I rode when I was at the State Department, usually really late at night, for which my horse really never forgave me, and still do so now. Your personal passion is not determined by your job. Over the years, your job will change. Your family responsibilities will change. And finding your fun is nurturing that personal passion that makes you feel more distinctly yourself. Finding your fun can give you the internal strength to run with the swift and give back. My first two pieces of advice demand an outpouring of your talents into the world. This third piece of advice suggests ways to replenish yourself for the long journey. In effect, I'm asking you to engage your head, your heart, and your soul. Your head tells you to run with the swift. Your heart entreats you to give back, and your soul implores you to find your fun. Draw on all three as you commence your new life after college, which brings us back to today. Earning a college degree is still a remarkable, life-changing achievement. When you walk across this stage today, think of and thank the ones who brought you here. When I sat where you're sitting, actually we were inside that here, I understood that I did not inhabit this space alone. My parents had encouraged me. They knew how important a college degree would be to the life they had wanted to lead. So, despite growing up in the segregated South in the Depression, my father was the first in his family to go to college thanks to the GI Bill. He eventually earned his PhD. On my mother's side, not only had she gone to college and graduate school in the 1950s, her parents had gone to college graduating in 1924. Empowered by their newly earned degrees, my grandparents were part of the Great Migration North. Yet my grandmother was steered on this path by her grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, who, despite the barriers of the early 20th century, had moved her daughters from the South Carolina farm that she owned to the city of Columbia so they could go to school. Do you recall my mentioning my son? I probably need the Kleenex now. Do you recall my mentioning my son who accompanied me to Geneva when he was 3? He's now 22. When he graduates from college in a few weeks, I'll be out there on the stage as being the proud parent, he will be the 4th generation of our family to do so. He, like you, like me, stands on the shoulders of generations. Whether you are the first in your family to get a college degree, or just the latest one, when you graduate, you know that there was someone who helped you get to this point and across the stage to receive your diploma. I hope you can pay that gift forward to future generations. So graduates, thank you for the honor of being one of the people today, wishing you well as you set off on the next stage of your journey. I encourage you to run with the swift, to give back, and to find your fun. And to Pomona College, thank you so much for this honor. It means more to me than you will know. Congratulations to the class of 2019.